Hello everyone, this is Enzo Eigen, the Alliance for Loki, and I want to talk about the state of the game, especially in regards to parity, like how equal the game is between spenders and non-spenders. And so right now, I feel like the game is probably in one of the best states it's been since maybe the beginning few months when spending really didn't affect the game too much. This is like pre 12.0, but after that, definitely spending allowed players to get advantages and sometimes really big advantages, maybe too much. But where are we now? And to me, I feel like the game basically comes down to sort of three components as far as how well you can do in this game. The first is roster size, and so like I have a huge roster. I'm a big whale, so that means I get a big roster. You can just see the number of rank 3 7-stars I have alone is massive. And so what's that, 17 I have right now? So I could almost make a battle deck out of just my 7-star rank 3s. So huge. Well, I take Brian Grant, for instance. He's sort of the classic free-to-play player. He has 2, I think, maybe 3. I think he can rank some up. Maybe he just hasn't ranked any up just because that's the way Brian is. But anyway, but my point is that right now, that's okay. So roster, yes, if you spend a lot, you get a big roster, and that is helpful. But that's not the only component. If it wasn't, I would be Celestial 1 every time. Well, maybe Yusafa would beat me out. I'd be Celestial 2. But the next piece is, I would say, the way Kabam allowed 6 stars to be relevant. So it's always interesting when a new class comes out. So a long time ago, 5 stars were king. Even before that, 4 stars were king. Maybe 5 stars have always been king. But you have your 5 stars. But then 6 stars came in. And when 6 stars are ranked 2, it was like even. But then when they became ranked 3, they're definitely more powerful. And then once they get ranked 4, they blew 5 stars out. They almost made 5 stars irrelevant. And the other interesting thing that Kabam did in almost all the cases was that they transferred over all the 6 stars, 5 stars into 6 stars. Ghost is a classic example. Not that she ended up being that great anymore. She's sort of failed the test of time, but they released her as a 7-star, a 6-star. So what's happened now is, well, they've done 2 things, Kabam. One is they did open up rank 3s in 7 stars, but to counter the relevancy of 6 stars, they made the Ascension. And so the Ascension has allowed 6 stars to stay very relevant because they're almost the same power as a 7-star here. Let's take a good example of my Onslaughts. So let's just get rid of these. So if you look at Onslaught, as I have a rank 3 7-star, which I've duped twice. So he's Sig 40, 86,000 health, almost 9,000 attack. And then if I look at the 6-star version that's ascended, then you can see 7-star definitely more powerful. So 70,000 versus 7,200. So, I would say a little more than 10%, 15% better is the 7-star Onslaught. Not a huge difference, but the key element about a 6-star is mine is Sig 200. And, Sig 200 for some champions is game breaking. I mean, others it doesn't matter, but for many champions, take Prowler for instance, like Prowler, the way he scales, I'd much rather have almost my 6-star ascended. And even though I've duped my Prowler twice from Titan Crystals, his scaling is crazy. Same with Void. Void is another champion who scales incredibly well. So probably my 6-star Void, even though I have him as a 7-star, actually I don't have him duped. So my 6-star Void is really much better. At Sig 200, it's probably better than a rank 3 Void. Sig 80 maybe is when the balance starts shifting. So that's a lot of dupes, and it's hard to dupe Void. You could put 6 stones into him, but there's not that many 6 stones. So the point is right now that with a big roster of ascended 6 stars, you're almost as powerful as many 7 stars. And then Kabam has made also the interesting choice, and I think the correct choice of, say, not releasing champions as 7 stars. Nick Fury, Human Torch, Archangel, Hercules. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. but that also has kept like these really powerful champions from being added to the 7-star pool, which means it only has available 6-star ascended, which almost everyone who's like reasonably far progressed in this game can have. And so all of this has meant parity, which is good for the game. I would say I struggle in battlegrounds. I mean, I have the roster, but the skill of the strategy, I would say hopefully I'm average, maybe below average. But every season, I definitely have struggled just to stay in Mysterium. That's basically where I've ended up, and oftentimes it's been close. One season, I've never made Celestial. I came close once. I was like Mysterium 1, but that was a very good one for big roster. And so Battlegrounds, I think, sort of proves that you need more than just a big roster. And the other thing I'd say about all this is that it's good. It's really good for the game, because like spending, of course, is how this game is important for this game, because it is profitable. It means it keeps on being prolonged and developed and resources added to it. So all those things are really important, but you don't want to make a game that only the spenders can play, because that makes the pool very small. So I really appreciate the work Kabam has done to keep parity. The next big challenge, I think, is once we can rank 4s, and I wouldn't be surprised if in the banquet event we have our first ever rank 4, and I would say that will happen when whoever gets number 1 or maybe top 10 in the event, so a small amount. And so I think Kabam has been good even with rank 3s about like slow playing the rank 3s. And so, again, even though I have a big roster and I have a lot of rank 3s, I don't have that many considering how much I spend. And so the banquet event will be interesting once rank 4s come, because a rank 4 would definitely, like the power that a rank 3 is above a 6-star ascended. I mean, once you get to rank 4, I think it becomes like unmanageable for a 6-star maybe to compete with a rank 4. We'll have to see exactly what everything looks like in the scaling, but yeah, I think that's going to be the challenge. And also I think what Kabam, I don't know if it's inadvertent, of course it's inadvertent, but the problem with having released 7 stars and then having to like slow play 7 stars as far as ranking them up is the acquisition part, and that means crystals. I've gotten a lot of crystals, 7-star crystals, and they just come more and more frequently now. And if you look at my SIG levels on my 7 stars, I mean, some of these are from SIG stones, but a lot of them are like just from pools. So Sunspot 200, this is a lot from SIG stones for her. Sunspot, I think, was just 20. I think Hulk was all natural dupes. Null was a lot of 6 stones. All natural dupes. All natural dupes. No, a lot of 6 stones, of course. All natural dupes. So, my roster is starting to get a lot of high SIG champions. And the problem is we're only at rank 3. So the parity that's allowed by having low SIG is going to disappear pretty quickly for the higher end players, because we open so many crystals. I mean, and the pool is relatively small. What is it, under 100 champions right now for 7 stars? So the SIGs are just going to go up and up and up. And soon there'll be nothing but 200 SIGs in my account, I would imagine, except for new champions. Probably by the time I have like 4 rank 4s, I bet the majority will be SIG 200. And so that's going to change the parity. And then the rank 4s. How is Kabam going to deal with that? Because right now we get most of our rank up materials from spending events. I mean, we get huge chunks. I would say of my rank 3s, I don't know if it's fair to say, would I have 17? I bet, well, again, use Brian Grant. I mean, he does only content and he has about like 3, I think, or maybe he can do 2 rank 3s. So he's 4. And so if you take that, that means that the other 13 of mine have come up for rank up, which is about right. I could do 4 over July rank up events and another 1 or 2 Omega here, Deadpool there. I think I got 2. And so if the same thing continues for rank 4s, where the only way to really get a lot of rank ups is through material, it's through these events, it's going to be hard. The game will, I think, take another shift of balance from its like really good parity now to spinners being overpowered. And so I think that would be what they need to address in the next what do you call it? The next sort of decision about how they're going to keep the balance going. So Ascension was the balance, I think, right now. And I don't know, you could have a double Ascension, I guess, where you have, because I've noticed like when you click on one, it says like Ascension rank 2. Like, let's look at, in case I accidentally do it, let's do a champion who actually I want to ascend. Who do I want to ascend? I want to ascend, or we'll just click on a Mega Sentinel. Okay, so if I said upgrade, yeah, actually, it doesn't say anything. It says Ascension 0/1. I mean, you can make that 0/2 and keep on pushing the 6 stars. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea if they're always just that little bit below the other ones, but I don't know if you'd want them higher than a rank 3 7-star. I think it's a little bit of a dangerous game because, yeah, of course, then you're limiting acquisition, which is what you want in the game, and spending on resources. If you're 6 stars, which people have already, will just be able to be as powerful. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the other maybe answer would be open up the floodgates of rank 3 materials. You don't have to do it now, but it's getting sort of close to that time when the floodgates open. I mean, it's sort of like the floodgates have opened for 6 stars. I can rank up a 6-star whenever I want because the materials are easy to get. And so if you did that for at least rank 1 to 2, maybe 2 to 3, I think 1 to 2 is already there in many ways. Again, it's hard, my perspective, of course, much different from other people's. But if you allow people to get more materials in game somehow for rank 3 or 7 stars, then again, like the difference of 1 level is okay. It's sort of the way, as I said, 6-star ascendants are compared to 7-star rank 3s. It's sort of a difference of 1 level, which keeps the parity going because, you know, skill and strategy can offset that 1 level increase in roster. So yeah, I think that means opening up tier 4 class catalyst, which is difficult to get. I mean, again, even myself who has a massive account, I mean, yeah, I struggle to get tier 4 class catalyst. I mean, they just don't exist that many places in the game, and it's a pretty small trickle. And so it's probably that time where, you know, they're just more available. And I have a feeling the bank would be that time too, where you'll probably be able to pull like a fully formed tier 4 from the crystals, which, again, even if you don't spend much or spend nothing, maybe you'll be able to pull some, or maybe there'd be other ways. Maybe an event quest could use an update with rewards. Maybe here you get a fully formed tier 4 class catalyst, which, you know, again, would be good considering like these are your rewards right now. I mean, tier 3, it's a little outdated. So I think that's going to be the solution for the short term, and probably one that will last a while. So once rank 4s exist, you have to open up the resource lock to get to rank 3s. So, okay, those are my thoughts on parity. Game's in a great state right now, and it'll be interesting to see what Kabam does in the future. That's sort of the headlines of this. Hope you enjoyed this. Sorry I haven't made videos for a while. I've been on vacation, as you can see. In the beaches of North America, or United States, yes. But I'll be back in Switzerland in a few days, and so once I'm back in my studio, I'll try to make some more videos and do some live shows. So hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you agree, disagree, or what you think, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.